1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Hello, internet world. This is your host, the Deer Man. So yeah, I want to burn through the rest of this fucking story. So I can go on to my speed run. Because I'm very excited about the idea of throwing a whole bunch of fucking notebooks in the recycling at the same time. So, with no ado, let's get on with it. Fuck 'em. I can't think of stupid shapes all the time. And then she stopped herself from telling herself, I have a life, because she didn't. If she's so, fucking beaten down, why would she even think that in the first place? But okay. Time's up. One of the DOAs approached her, and California recognized her immediately. It was the new four-eyed tan-haired girl. She growled, but the DOA didn't seem afraid. She had a tidbit of food in her hand and held it in front of California's face. Smell the glove, bitch. She tried to snatch it, but the DOA pulled it away. She offered it to her She offered it to her again and again, and she wouldn't let her have it. What is this shit? California spat. When the DOA offered it to her the third time, she only turned her head away. She was hungry, but she wasn't going to be teased like that. Yeah, fuck nah. I mean, you get fed every day. They're not, putting you on fucking, not hunger strike, because that would be you choosing not to eat, but, yeah, it's not like they're not fucking starving her, at least not that I know of, you know. The other DOAs were probably having a good laugh at her. The DOA opened her hand and gave her the tidbit. California just threw it on the floor. She wanted desperately to run like Liv had, but if she attacked or bolted, it would only be a waste of energy. Security was much better in the lab than in the block. Yeah, they don't give a fuck in the block. And in addition, all the DOAs were bigger and stronger than she was. She looked up to the DOA's mahogany eyes behind the clear lenses of her glasses. California's eyes burned with hatred. This was a new test. The DOA did something no one had ever done to California before. She ruffled her hair, as if they were friends. Is that friendly? I don't know. To me, that's kind of demeaning. As if California was her dog. Yeah, see? Demeaning. As if she were rewarding her for a job well done. Is that really a reward? I don't want somebody to ruffle my hair as a reward. It was the nicest thing a DOA had ever done for her, and that's why she wanted, at that moment, for her to be dead. She wanted to slash open her throat like what they had done to Habry, or hold her against burning metal like what they did to Digger. Is that what they did to him? That's fucking up. That's fucked up. Oh, my fucking shoulder is hurting. Let me move this way, so you can't see my scandalous nipples. Okay, I think I'm good. Oh my god, what was that? I thought that was a spider, but it was just a hair. DOAs weren't nice. California didn't want them acting as if they were. They wanted so bad. Oh, she wanted so bad at that moment to kill her. But she knew she couldn't. She did the only thing she could, but it held no satisfaction for her. She was more frustrated than she'd ever been in as long as she could remember. Well, maybe not. Red lips, that traitorous voice. She had had the same feeling then. When the psychoanalyst had pretended to be her friend. She was betrayed, of course. A fucking psychoanalyst sent her to be to be experiment fodder. Interesting. There's definitely some black market stuff going on there. Back in the block, she didn't want to talk to anyone. She wanted to scream, to destroy things. In her 5x5 cage. Is that how big it is? That's fucking tiny. I don't even think you can lay down. I mean, maybe sideways. That's even too small for me. And I'm little. There wasn't much to do, but that DOA had made her so crazy. California banged her head against the wall. She found a spider's nest, and she smashed it under her forepaw. I don't know how spiders live in here, but okay. She kicked over her water bowl. Okay, now you got no water, and clawed at the wire, snarling the whole time like a rabid dog, almost foaming at the mouth. Kia! Is this like fucking South Park? What is this? I think it's just random onomatopoeia. She hadn't meant to scream, but she did. I think it's supposed to be more like, yeah! Like that. Whatever. It came out different than she had hoped. More like a hawk's cry than a woman's. Okay, whatever. California, what? Skippy, what? What you doing screaming this time of day? She answered with a snarl. Skippy didn't seem fazed. Whatever they did to you. Today, they won't be able to do for a while again. What do you mean? You know, It's that time of year again. Can't you smell it? Can't you? They go away this time of year. They go. Where is it? Home. And we get left alone for a while. And you know what that means? She barked excitedly. Everyone in the block at once. Oh, everyone in the block at once. Oh, it's so cool. I forgot. Skippy had a way of making California's anger melt away. What is this, fucking winter break or some shit like that? Like, they they fucking get vacation in this fucking horrible ass place where they don't give a. It's like fucking their safety policy for their employees is like as bad as fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. They don't give a fuck if they get hurt, killed, or anything like that. That one guy literally got his fucking jugular vein bit or some shit like that. He's bleeding all over the place, and they don't give a fuck. And they don't give him weapons or anything like that. And this shit, they're like, but you get winter break. See, that's the draw. That's how they got all these employees. Otherwise, nobody would want to work there. But they're like, oh, you want winter break? Everyone's like, hell yeah, I want winter break. You know, people do anything for that. The end of the year, it was almost Christmas time, where everyone got a week off to go home to their families. Yeah, see, I knew it. I remember a little bit. It also meant that end of the year projects would be finished. Chapter 11, Eyes. Digger dipped his paw into his food dish and started to paw at it. The meat was raw. What is this, fucking us? And when he pulled it out, his fingers dripped blood. Ew, it's raw and bloody. I probably thought when I was a little kid that all raw meat is bloody. Little do I know, now I now I work in a grocery store and I see raw meat all the time and there's only like a little bit of blood on it. Then, you know, whatever. He looked at it for a moment, then slitted his eyes. He wiped off the blood in his throat in a red streak. Skippy! She looked over. He fell on the floor again, gasping and twitching. Skippy, look, I'm Havery. That's pretty fucked up. Is Havery right there? Or did she get taken away and not come back? I don't remember. What if she's like sitting right there looking at him like, yeah, I'm glad that you're like fucking, you know, having some good fun and comedy and humor at my pain and suffering, and I'm mute now, so I can't even say anything, you know. Yeah, I'm glad you find me so amusing, you know, my sufferings and shit. Anyways, look, I'm Havery. Cough, help. Cough is not like in like action symbols or anything, so it's like he just said the word. Help me, save me. She gave him a sharp look that instantly shocked him silent. You bastard. After all that happened to Thiami, whatever, and Havery, you have the nerve to make fun of them. Well, why did he think she was going to think that was funny in the first place? Well, let me tell you something. I'm in no mood to be played with, and neither are they. She closed her eyes and screamed at the ceiling. Am I right? She started to laugh. Yeah, I'm laughing too, bitch. A small, demented laugh. Val decided to pick up where Skippy left off. The little jumper's right for once, she hissed at him. This is like the most mortifying thing when you try to tell a joke and then everybody's like offended. You thought they weren't gonna get offended, but everyone's offended. Dude, I went to this one, I'm trying to burn through this, so I don't tell a lot of side stories, but whatever. I went to this one performance show one time with my friends, and in my eyes, everybody was fucking pushing buttons and just trying to make everyone feel uncomfortable. Every single fucking performance was trying to make somebody feel uncomfortable. There was this one bitch that was reading, oh, no, wait, that's a different thing. I was gonna say there was this one bitch that was reading poetry, and in between every line, she was like, doing this heavy-ass breathing and shit, and I'm just like, is that supposed to be easy to watch, listen to, whatever? But then this other guy got on stage, and he was saying, like, some, like, offensive comedy, and everyone got so pissed, they ground the show to a halt, and then we had to have this big fucking town meeting about it, and I almost kind of thought, like, is this planned, like, is it one of these, like, meta shows where it's, like, they actually planned that, but then they played it out to where, like, it seemed like it was spontaneous, but really it wasn't, or something? I don't know. Who knows? But it's pretty mortifying all the same, man. So the moral of the story is just never ever tell jokes, ever. Unless it's to somebody you really, really trust. Where was I? She hissed at him. You know, you're so thin. You look worse than Thiami ever did. Right up until the end. You know, she never did say goodbye to you. I wonder what that says about your relationship. Oh yeah, were they supposed to be fucking dating or something? I mean, as much dating as you can do when you're, like, being kept in a fucking crazy-ass torture lab, you know? And, like, And, like, what the fuck? What was I gonna say a second ago? I don't even remember. Shut up, he squeaked, his voice suddenly high. Shut up! What would you know? But Val intimidated him, and he backed up into the shadows. Mildred met him at the door. He was dressed in green, and she was surprised not to see any blood on him, only on his gloved hands. Well, because he didn't get a new fucking pair of gloves. It's this nasty-ass place. This nasty place. I swear to God. Carrie, you're not supposed to be here, he said, pulling off one blood-spotted glove with his teeth. Ew! There is no fucking hygiene in this place. How did these people ever pass? How did they ever get their degrees in biology or whatever the fuck? Or maybe they didn't have no good degrees. Maybe they just fucking... Maybe these are all just people off the street, including Seneca and everyone in charge. They're just like, what? We don't have degrees. We didn't even finish high school. We just, you know, we're just good swindlers. We got some money for this place, and I don't know how they did it. Where was I? Really? Her voice was smooth. How would you know? I don't know. Well, I am allowed to be here. I was working with 030, and there's not much to do in there. I thought you were with 432. Different days, different jobs. I'm flexible. So she's just, like, straight up lying to her boss. Maybe this is not her boss. Maybe this is this that guy she was talking to before? That other dude? I forgot what his name was. Maybe she's lying to him. Tell me about it. What everyone's talking about you. You know, no one thought you'd be able to do it. A new kid, as they say, but you're really dedicated. Oh, God, so fucking cheesy. I try to be, she smiled. Well, just keep on trying. Ew, that's so fucking condescending. Don't ever date a guy that talks to you like that, unless you like that stupid ass shit. California lay on the floor of her cage, staring at Butterclip. Oh, bet she was. Bet she was looking at him. She wanted to know him so badly. Yeah, I bet she does, because she thinks he's fine ass, whatever. But the hood on his face created a wall between them that was... This is so funny, too, because Butterclip literally never says anything. He's just, like, sitting there, like, watching everybody else like a fucking movie, you know? Or not watching, you know, because he's blindfolded, but, like... Imagine being blindfolded for, like, months and months on end, like, and then you finally get the blindfold taken off. Like, what... How would your eyes be after that? You know? I guess that's what they're trying to find out in this lab. So, wow, I just answered my own fucking question. That's nice. Thanks a lot, 12-year-old me. Where was I? The hood on his face created a wall between them that was much more isolating than the wire of their cages. His hair was a lovely blonde. Yeah, she got the hots for this guy. I think it's hilarious that they're still, like, capable of being horny. But I guess anything's possible. I mean, people in jail are still horny, so whatever. Striped with black. He had a thin face, but for the most part, as she could see, he was very lean. How is that? That doesn't go against having a thin face. What the fuck? I don't know. Whatever. It's like, yeah, he had a skinny face, but his body was skinny. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, okay. It seems to go together. The thing that confused her the most, the thing she couldn't understand, was his tattoos. Oh yeah, and I gotta say, there's a lot of not typos, because I wasn't typing, there's a lot of misspellings in here. Every time the word maybe comes up, it's spelled M-A-B-I-E for some reason, because I remember when I was a little kid, I was, like, really stubborn about, like, I wanted to spell things my way, I didn't want to spell them how people told me to spell them. Like, pretty, I was like, that shouldn't be an E in there, that should be an I, so I used to spell it P-R-I-T-T-Y, and then, maybe I used to spell like that, and then, yeah, tattoo. Tattoo is, it's supposed to have, like, 2 T's in the middle, but it only has, like, 1 T, you know? Anyways, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the thing she couldn't understand was his tattoos. Sure, they all had tattoos on their wrists of their numbers. Yeah, I hope nobody's offended by that concentration camp reference. But these were not numbers. He had the barbed wire around... Oh, see, that's the type of thing a 12-year-old would do, too. Like, yeah, I want to be edgy. Let me just say that they were like tattooing numbers on them like Nazis in the camps, you know. So it's like, okay, like, when you're 12 years old, all edgy things are like the same, like in the same realm. It's like when you're an adult, it's kind of like, okay, these things are like, you kind of rank things, you know, like, some things are more taboo than others. But when you're 12 years old, it's literally like all the same. It's like freedom, free for all, free for all. See, that's the freedom of being a little ass kid. But whatever. Okay. These were not numbers. He had the barbed wire one, and then higher up, the head of a bird. That's really funny that he has like a fucking stereotypical ass, like, oh yeah, I got barbed wire around my arm. That's so fucking 90s too. Like, of course he would, because this is written in 2002. I think that's actually like endearing a little bit. Like, so what a sign of the times, you know. It was white, tinted with gray. Its beak was yellow and slightly curved, with a red spot on it that wasn't blood. And I don't know if you can get a white tattoo. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with a tattoo that had white ink in it. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Its beak was yellow and slightly curved with a red spot on it that wasn't blood. How would she know that? But the bird's eye, it stared out at the world like a rebel, full of defiance. It was obvious that he hadn't gotten them here. Well, yeah, no shit. What she wanted to know was where. Looking at the homeboy, Willie chirped. Oh God, Willie, why are you so horrible? The what? Forget it. Yeah, just let's not talk about that. As California stared at her, she could tell there was something different about her. Yeah, she's newer than everybody else. She looked, and she's not American. I don't know, I mean, she acts so American, but I think the stupid way that I wrote her dialogue, I think it's supposed to be, like, her having, like, an East Asian accent of some kind. I don't know if it's a Japanese accent or a Vietnamese accent. I'm sure there's differences between the two of them, seeing as they're completely different countries and all. But I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to fucking be. I mean, she seems to act pretty fucking American. So maybe she is one of those people that, moved to the United States when she was, like, a teenager. So she has the accent, like, ingrained, and, but her culture and everything is, like, she's pretty much American, But, yeah, I don't know. Did I show my boob right there? Whatever. I don't think that was enough boob to care about. You can't see my boobs, right? No, you can't see shit, because they're, like, pressed into the pillow. Okay, good. I love being flat. God, being flat is the best thing ever. Where was I? Oh, she looked a little different, but California couldn't put her finger on what exactly it was. Or maybe it was her scent. Yeah, they're like rangers. They can fucking smell, like, they have elevated sense of smell, or whatever. Whatever it was made her terribly sad, but Willie didn't seem to notice. Yeah, Willie, you would think that if you were new to this place, it would hit you, like, harder. That, oh my fucking God, I'm, like, being fucking locked up in this place, You think after a while, you'd be kind of like, okay, I'm used to it. Like, it still sucks, and I'm still living in hell. But at least I'm kind of, like, used to it by now, But Willie is just fucking like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, la 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 la, because she's fucking Charlie Chan. But just like, I don't know. And then she said she was sold here, so maybe she's been, like, human trafficked around or some shit like that. And, like, somehow she's still so fucking happy. Like, maybe she was lobotomized or something, so that she could be easier to be, like, sold into all this sex slavery and shit, trafficked all over the place. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know, You know why I love this job, Mildred sighed? It's just knowing that you're helping the world. Oh my God, she's doing her little ass. It's really unnecessary to do all this ass kissing, even if you are a spy. It doesn't matter. If you're a spy, it's better to just play it low key and not do all this over the top ass kissing. But I'm almost at 20 minutes, so